Hi guys, welcome to my new YouTube video. I massively appreciate all of you for reaching out to me and continuing to watch these videos. It means the world to me. We hit 1,000 subscribers, so big ups to you guys. Appreciate it massively. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about an exercise that really helped me kind of remove the fear of loss. It might sound mad what I'm going to do, but it really helped me understand probabilities. It's a huge thing within trading and within general life. You know, nothing in life is ever certain, and essentially everything is somewhat a roll of the dice. So within trading, I know a lot of people, including myself, you'll have this amazing edge that you've spent months, even years, creating, back testing, gathering data on. You'll get to a live market, maybe you'll put your first trade on and get slapped, and then all of a sudden all these thoughts go around your head thinking, oh my God, my edge doesn't work. Oh my God, was I right? Oh my God, was I wrong? What do I do? Oh, I know, I'll change my edge. I'll mess around with my edge, right? And that is where all these problems come from. And you end up in a rabbit hole and you just fall in deeper and deeper and deeper. And it gets pretty painful. And, you know, I'll be honest with you guys, I've been in that hole. And I did have thoughts at the time of, you know, maybe this isn't going to work for me. Maybe this isn't for me. And then, you know, I slapped myself about, gave myself a little wobble in my old head and was like, look, you know, you're not a quitter and you only fail when you stop trying. So we need to look at how can we fix this? You know, how can we change these thoughts and how can we, you know, ensure that we are focusing on probabilities? Because I don't care what anybody says, right? Any trading guru out there, if you're telling people that probabilities aren't a thing, you're an idiot. Plain and simple, because they are. They're a thing in every single day life, right? So in trading, it's exactly the same. And I remember a quote from Trading in the Zone with Mark Douglas, and it really resonated with me and it stuck with me. And it said, we never know what sequence our wins and losses are going to come, but if we follow the same plan and edge over a period of 10, 15, 20 trades, and we execute that edge the same every single time, you will be consistent and profitable. Because you might take a hit, you might take the second hit. The way I see that now is that means the win is around the corner. But in the moment, the way you see that is your edge doesn't work, I need to change it. Let's focus on somebody else, which if you haven't watched my previous video, I highly recommend checking it out. And then you focus on someone else's edge, you decide to follow whatever they're doing, and then you kind of just slowly keep changing every trade. And rather than taking that winning trade that would have wiped out the losses due to the RR that we have on offer from the knowledge that we understand of the markets, you take another hit on another strategy and you take another hit. And then before you know it now, you're 4 hits deep. The chimp in your brain's going mad, right? Your amygdala's kind of got that fight or flight mode. You're feeling pretty emotional. You're probably revenge trading. Before you know it, you're burning serious ground in drawdown, right? And then you're starting to say these strategies don't work. What you haven't done is actually allowed the probability of this edge that you've built and spent all this time creating, you've not allowed it to play out because you're scared of a loss and fear. And fear is the biggest driver in trading, right? And in life, you know, rather than, the way I saw it is rather than give in to fear, I'd rather fail, right? I'd literally rather fail, blow accounts, blow FTMOs, fail challenges, than sit there and say, I gave up because I was scared. And I think that should hit home to a lot of you. I get a lot of messages on a day-to-day basis saying, hey man, you know, I've got this great edge. I've got this plan I've built around the concepts that I've learned from you guys, but I'm really struggling to execute it. And I feel you, man. I've been there and it sucks, but it's about how do we get over it? Now, I've briefly mentioned a lot of this stuff in the Phantom Discord. Obviously, I'm hoping to reach a wider audience as well, but I've never actually done a video on it. And it was something that really, it just really helped. And it wasn't something I just did once. It was something that I've done over and over. And even now, if I have a moment where I have a wobble, I have a losing streak, I will do this same exercise just to remind myself that if I stick to my probabilities and my edge and my plan, I will come out of this losing streak. So all it involves, and I want you guys to try this, and you might think I'm absolutely bonkers when you see what I'm going to do, but just give it a whirl if this resonates with you. If it doesn't, cool, but it's something that can help you out in understanding probabilities. So we've got a £1 coin, right? We got heads, we got tails. There's no dodginess with this coin. And we've got a 10p coin, which is also heads and tails, right? No dodginess with that either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the £1 coin, which again I haven't swapped, right? Heads, tails. I don't even know if you can see that, if it's focusing, but I promise you, this is not a dodgy coin. I'm going to take my right hand, I'm right-handed, right? And I'm going to class this as my edge. Now, it might seem like a weird analogy, but it's the best way that I can kind of showcase this with trading. So when you flip a coin, you've got two outcomes. You got heads, you got tails. I guess you got three, you might drop it, right? Which I might do. But overall, 50-50 chance, right? In the market, you have the same edge. Buy, sell. What's the market going to do? Is it going to buy? Is it going to sell? Whatever you're doing, it's either going to do what you're doing or do the opposite, right? So this is the closest I can get to recreating that and try and systemize it with how we would trade, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip this coin 10 times, okay? When it lands on heads, I'm going to class that as, let's just say, 5%, right? So let's say your average trades at TP hit 5%, right? I'm not going to get into any crazy RR numbers or anything like that, just basic 5%. If it lands on tails, we're going to lose minus 1%, right? I'm going to flip this with this hand, the same every time, same kind of force, same kind of power, same kind of motion. And then what we're going to do is we're going to see the results, okay? And what this does is it shows you that even if you take 2-3 hits, if you actually let that edge play, you'll finish in profit. I've done this, I reckon 100 times, and I'm yet to finish minus. And that's the beauty of trading. It's the same if you follow an edge. I'm going to stop waffling. Right, so we've got a tails, okay? I don't know what you guys can see. So that's minus 1, right? So I'm going to write this down. So first trade, minus 1%. So now we're sitting there going, oh, edge don't work, mate, right? Maybe you go and change something. Don't change anything. I flip this with heads up, so I'm going to flip it the same again with heads up. Heads, right? So now we're plus 4%, okay? So let me do this. So plus, so we've obviously gained 5%, but because of the minus 1, we're up 4%, okay? I'm going to flip it again, heads, that's twice. Let's go third time. Tails, okay? If you can see that, we've got tails, right? So now we are minus 1 again. So we're now up 3% still. Not a problem. Heads again. Heads, okay. So now we're up 5%. So we get that at 5%. So that's plus 5. I bet my maths are going to run wild with me here. So we are now up 6, 7, 8%, right? So we're up 8%, taking 4 trades. It's not bad, right? Heads again. It's our 5th trade, so we're halfway through this. Heads, okay, so we're up another 5%. So again, plus 5%. So we're now up 13% overall. Heads again, okay, so plus another 5. So we're now up 18%, I think. And we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades in. So we've got 4 trades to go. Started with heads again. Heads. So now 23%, I think. Heads again. Heads. So now we are 28%, I think. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 left. Heads again. So now we are, what, 33%, I think. Last one, starting with heads again. Minus 1, tails, okay? So in that exercise, we had 3 losses and we had 7 wins. So you've got a 70% strike rate at 1 to 5. There's a grand total of, I believe, I will work this out properly, but I believe 32%. Now I will pop that. If my editing skills are good enough, it should appear here, ding. If it didn't, I didn't figure it out. Now what we're gonna do, right, is we're gonna somehow replicate changing our edge. So I am right-handed, okay? I'm now gonna change the coin, right, which, you know, heads here, tails here. I'm going to flip this with my left hand, okay? Now, what this is kind of trying to emulate, and I guess of an analogy, that was a mouthful, was this was our edge, right? This was our months or years of testing, and we were executing it exactly the same. This coin's heavier for starters. I can feel the difference, right? Bigger coin, smaller coin, right? This is heavier. So the likelihood is the probability is going to be a little bit different on the way this flips. I'm not going to get all off scientific on this because I don't get that. Like, I'm not a scientist, right? But there's going to be a much bigger difference in flipping this coin, along with the fact that I'm left-handed, not right-handed. So I want to kind of show, again, probabilities playing out, but with a different coin on a different hand, just to show you again that this exercise, honestly, if some of you are there laughing at me, right, like, it's fine, but do it, because if we do that with that £1 coin again, we won't probably get those results, but we'll still finish in profit. And this is on a 1-to-5 ratio, right, on 5%. Now, being honest, with a lot of my trades targeting like M15 levels and whatnot, my average RR is between 1 to 8, 1 to 10, 9 times out of 10. There will be some times where I'll take 1 to 5, 1 to 6 if I'm counter trend, or that's just where the next supply or demand level is. But overall, that would be my edge. So you can imagine for me doing this with that comfort, I'm like, whoa, I'm well up. Right? And that's the beauty of big RR, which is why we say don't cap your trades at 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Unless you've got an incredible strike rate, 1 to 3, you will struggle to, you know, stay in profit. Anyway, waffling, my bad. Right, so this one we're going to start with heads. Now, I don't know how this is going to go. I'm going to flip this and probably drop it. I'm going to try and be as honest as I can when I drop it. If I do drop it, I'll still call out what it is. I've got no need to lie. You guys can do this yourselves, right? That was ropey. Right, so we got tails. Okay, so we're starting this one with the left hand on -1. Let's put it back on heads. -2. Okay. -1. Back on heads. -3. At this point, you're probably thinking, oh mate, my edge sucks. Okay? Remember, you need one trade now and that drawdown's gone. Boom. Okay? 1 to 5. We're out of drawdown. But at that point, be honest, how many times would you have changed it or hesitated, sat there, watched it up, marked it up, not executed? A lot. I've done it. I know exactly how it is. I've been there, done it, got the t-shirt, and got the t-shirt again. Okay? So now we are +5. So we're up 2%, and we've taken 4 trades. Remember, you have a whole month. You don't need to do it in a day. -1. So we are 1% up, 5 trades in. Whatevs, let's roll with it. Oh, sorry, tails. So -1 again. So we are now break even, 6 trades in. That didn't even flip. My left hand sucks. +5, so we're now 5% up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 trades left. +5. So now we're 10% up. There's your FTMO. Done. +5. There's your verification done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, one more. +5. 20%. Okay? So we did right hand with a pound coin. We did left hand with a 10p coin. Probabilities are different. We got 32% with the pound and we got 20% with the 10p. Okay? Now I, again, if my skills allow me, will try and pop up the results here for the 10p coin. What you can see from this, right? And already in my head I'm smiling because it reminds me of how much knowledge we actually have in this industry. The problem we have, right, is the patience is huge, the fear, the emotion, the parts of our brain that are not wired to trade, right? The amygdala, right, is that fight or flight part of your brain. And what it does is it kind of gets you, it's very good for getting you out of situations where maybe, I don't know, you're walking down the road and you meet a lion, yeah, and there's a big old lion and it's running at you. Your amygdala is getting you out of that situation, okay? That is the most random thing I've ever thought of on the spot. But your amygdala is getting you out of that situation because it feels that adrenaline kicks in and all of a sudden you can run like Usain Bolt, right? Now, with trading, what happens is if you take that loss and you take it to heart and it hurts you and it hurts your brain, the amygdala is kind of designed to go, well, I don't want to get hurt. That's the whole point in it. So it gives you that fear, that emotion kicks in, the adrenaline and the blood flow kind of leaves that part of the brain, and you're like, right, I'm fearful. I've got that fear. Oh my God. So fight or flight is don't hit the button, leave your screen, or let's watch it, right? What that does is it makes you sit there watching a trade that your human brain and the computer part of your brain is like, dude, we got to take this. We got to hit it. All of a sudden, once it starts to go, the blood's gone back into that part of the brain, and the amygdala's back to normal again because it can see the danger's gone. Your human brain is absolutely flipping haymakering you because it's like, why didn't we take it? It did everything we wanted. But you've got that little bit of fear. What happens with that is then you start to create a habit. Slowly by slowly, this habit starts to wreak havoc because it becomes just a thing where you go, I took a loss, I'm wrong. I took a loss, I'm wrong. Oh, I'll change my plan, I'll change my edge. Why? You've spent all this time creating your plan for you, nobody else, you, right? Your first kind of goal should be, can I make 10% per month consistently? That's all you should be focused on. That gets you funded, that gets you an income every month. And to be honest with you, that's solid. Like that's 120% a year return. So let's say you started with 100 grand, you'll double your account by the end of the year. That's ridiculous. You're in 6-figure category. Bonkers. That's one account. Go get 4. Now look at it. Ooh, I'm at nearly $500,000 a year. These are the opportunities we have around us with all these funding companies and stuff, right? Of course, there's going to be battles. There's going to be months where you might not make that. That's just the harsh reality of trading. We all have losing months, right? But that's where risk management comes in. That's where following an edge comes in. You can see right here, and obviously I'll actually put these up, but you can see, right, we took 3 hits to start with on the left hand, right? Now, if you start a new FTMO, that's minus 3% in drawdown if you're doing 1% risk, right? So you're now 3% down, and in your head, you're like, damn, man, I shouldn't have done this. I'm scared. What am I going to do? The next trade was plus 5, right? But let's say you didn't take it, right? It run. So now you're like, right, the next trade I'm taking. The next trade was a loss. So now you're minus 4 down. Then you might revenge again and go, right, I'm not having it. I'm taking the next one. The next trade was a loss. Now you're minus 5 down. Now your head is, you're in bits. You're pacing up the hallway. You've gone for a walk. You're starting to think this isn't for you, right? If you put the next trade on, it's plus 5. All of a sudden, you're back to break even. If you put the next trade on, you're up 5. You put the next trade on, you're up 10. You put the next trade on, you're up 15. All of a sudden, those losses didn't matter. But at the time, you allowed them to matter. So I'm telling you, I know it's bizarre, but do this exercise. Whatever coins, we've all got coins lying about, get 2 coins, use both hands, flip it. And honestly, if you do it once and you think it's a fluke, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. I have not yet had one where I've literally took 10 hits. I think the lowest I ever got, I believe, was like 3%, right? Bearing in mind, we're doing this on a 5% return for take profit. If you're someone that you know consistently targets 1 to 8s, 1 to 10s, then do it with 1 to 8s, 1 to 10s. These results will all of a sudden be 50%, 60%. So those little losses mean literally nothing. Can you, as a person though, stick to that plan, be disciplined, not focus on other people, focus on you, understand your why of why you're trading, and can you execute every time the same? If you can do that, you'll be consistent, providing you've put the work in, providing you've got an edge that works. Doesn't matter what edge it is, if it works for you and you follow it, you'll be profitable. The biggest problem in this industry is we all focus on big numbers, we all focus on Lambos and Rolexes and yachts, and none of us treat it like a business. And honestly, once I started treating it like a business, stopped caring about others, stopped trying to focus on making the most money in the world, stopped trying to get on the top of leaderboards, stopped trying to double, triple what I'd earned, I soon realised, actually, this can be quite easy. And then my consistency started. And I still have battles. I still do this coin process. For me, it's a thing that's worked a treat. It might not work for you, but honestly, give it a go. You've got nothing to lose apart from a bit of time. That concludes today's YouTube. I hope there was some real value in that for me. A little bit of a different video. I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different than just talking. I know I still chatted and waffled, but overall, I wanted to kind of give you guys an exercise. Please, drop in the comments below your results. Drop in the comments if this helps. If you do, for some reason, manage to get 0, Let me know, because I'd be really interested to know. Also, maybe your coin's dodgy. But this goes back to probabilities, right? And when we talk about probabilities, this is what we mean. If you're losing 10 trades in a row, then there's a problem with your edge. There's no denying that, right? You shouldn't be. And that's where it goes back to strike. If you're doing a 1-to-5 ratio with comms and whatnot and spread, I believe if you were sort of earning 35-40% in a strike rate basis, you'd probably be profitable. That's not high. You've got to get the coin flip right 3 times. It means you've got to get the trades right 3 times. That's not hard. The problem is do you filter and change those things every time? Catch you guys in the next one. Really appreciate you tuning in. Please just give us a like, give us a subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with anyone you know. I hope it helps. I hope it adds value. Peace and love, guys.